Secure messaging provides clinics with a secure, FI-compliant method of two-way communication within OWL practice. Secure messaging can be used in two ways: for internal chat-style communication with colleagues and staff members, and for chat-style communication with clients through OWL's client portal. The intention of this feature is not to be a total email replacement. Clinics and clients can continue to use their existing email services to send communications to one another. OWL practice is simply providing an additional, more secure means of communication. Secure messaging can be enabled for the practice or disabled should the practice decide not to use it. Only clinics that have OWL's client portal for online booking and intake and consent forms are able to use secure messaging with their clients. If the practice has not yet upgraded to the client portal, the practice will only be able to use secure messaging internally with staff. There are multiple ways that secure messaging can be used to streamline communications at your practice. This video will take you through the essentials of secure messaging and focuses on getting started and navigating the Messages Center. You can start by reviewing the configuration of secure messaging. Go to Settings, Secure Messaging. Secure messaging is enabled by default, but you can disable it anytime by changing the setting here. The next thing you'll need to do is edit or change the text for the informative banner. When clients log into their online portal account, they will see a banner of text at the top of the page with a default message that provides a brief description of the feature and advises that response times from the clinic are not guaranteed. A default message is already provided, but we recommend that each clinic customize to best suit their practice needs. Secure messaging does allow for instant message style chatting. If both parties are online at the same time and chatting, messages can be sent and received instantaneously. It's an amazing way to connect with your clients, but it also means that it's important for the practice to determine and clearly outline their messaging policy to clients. Make sure you establish a precedent for how you use this feature with clients that is reflective of your communication policies and standards. Doing so will ensure an optimal messaging experience for therapists and clients alike. To edit the text that appears here, type your preferred copy into the informative banner field and save the changes. Any copy input into this banner will be visible to all of your clients who have online portal accounts, so it's important to keep the message generic. It's best used for outlining any policies about messaging that you want clients to be aware of when using this feature. It is important to note that only users with a therapist profile can send secure messages to clients. Office admin users cannot participate in secure messaging conversations with clients. Office admins can use secure messaging to have conversations with other users at the practice, but they are not permitted use of secure messaging with clients. If your practice does not have the client portal add-on, you will only be able to use secure messaging as an internal office communication tool with other users at the practice. Contact us by sending an email to support@owlpractice.ca anytime you wish to upgrade your plan and add the client portal. Now that you've ensured secure messaging is configured for your practice, you can begin messaging. You can access all of your ongoing conversations at any time by logging into OWL and clicking into the messaging section. All of the conversations listed appear in descending order from most recent to least. We're going to take a tour through this area to show you how to navigate it. When you enter the Message Center, you will see a list of conversations along the left-hand side of the page. This is called the Conversation Summary. All of the conversations that you are a part of as a user will appear in the sidebar here. You will only be able to see the conversations that you are participating in. If the color of the conversation is green, it means that there are clients in this conversation. If the color of the conversation is dark blue, it means that this is a conversation between OWL users only. Clicking on the conversation icon will allow you to see all of the participants. Next, you will see the New Conversation button. Clicking this button will prompt you to choose a chat type and start a conversation. Depending on your user role and permissions, you'll be able to start a conversation with the client or other members of the practice. All of the conversations will display with a participant or group name. If the conversation is only between yourself and one person, the name of the person you're chatting with will be listed here. If the conversation has multiple participants, it is considered a group chat. Group chats are assigned a group name by the person who originally initiated the conversation and are listed in the Messages Center by that group name. When you start a conversation, you're prompted to assign a subject line to it. That subject line appears in the conversation summary as well. The subject line that is assigned to the conversation also appears at the top of every conversation when you're viewing it. Conversations with unread messages will display the number of unread messages. When messages are received and you haven't viewed them yet, this numeric indicator will appear within the conversation to show you the number of new unread messages. You'll notice an Edit Conversation or View Participants button within the conversation as well. If it is a group conversation, you'll see the Edit Conversation button so you can add additional participants. If it is a conversation between yourself and a client, this button will appear as View Participants so you can see the clients and linked accounts included in the conversation. Next, you'll see the text typing field. This is where you type all of your messages before you send them. Next to that is the Send Message icon. Clicking this button will send the message you've typed. You can also send your messages by hitting the Enter key on your keyboard after typing. At the top of the page, you'll notice the New Messages alert. This is a new icon that will notify you of any newly received messages, even when you're not in the messaging center of OWL. For example, if you're reviewing stats in the dashboard or scheduling sessions in the calendar and you get a new message, this icon will display an alert in red to catch your attention. It will persist until all of the messages have been read. You'll notice this Close Conversation button as well. Clicking this button will close the conversation listing and slide it out of your view to expand the conversation screen. Finally, the last button you'll notice is called Archive Conversation. Clicking this button will open the archive. OWL will retain all of the conversations you participate in, but you can use the archive to keep your conversations organized. If your list of ongoing conversations is getting too long to manage, or some of the conversations have been completed, you can archive them. Clicking this button will turn all of the conversation icons orange. You can then click on the conversations you would like to move to the archive. When you're done, simply click Done Archiving to return the listing to the default view. You will notice that the conversations you've archived are no longer visible in your conversation summary. We hope that you enjoy using secure messaging with your clients and colleagues, and that this feature helps your practice improve communications. If you have any questions about secure messaging or want to upgrade your account to add the client portal, please reach out to our customer advocacy team by sending an email to support@owlpractice.ca.